Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long delay between reviews, but I'm back, and today we're taking a look at the new Hammond collection, Allosaurus. So I know it's been, at least a few weeks or a month since my last review. I had to take a little bit of a mental break. I had some stuff going on with me like a month and a half ago, and I just needed that mental break, and I think we all need that from time to time. I've gotten, plenty of figures in over that span of time, and I'm kind of a little bit backed up on reviews right now. But I'm back to normal now, so I'm happy to plug through the reviews and get them uploaded to the channel. So getting to the Hammond Collection Allosaurus, and pre-ordering this figure from Target's website. It retails for around $35. I'll leave a link down below in the description, or you can click that sponsor link at the corner of the screen to order this figure for yourself. And let's just take a quick look at the packaging. It comes in the standard Hammond Collection box that we've been seeing for years now. Hammond Collection logo up here, product shot of the Allosaurus, and in the window display we can see, about a third of the Allosaurus figure. My biggest complaint about this style of packaging is I wish the window was much bigger so we can see more of the figure, because, Mattel's kind of hit or miss with their quality control on all their figures. And on the side of the box we get this beautiful promotional image of the Allosaurus, and it is the Battle of Big Rock Allosaurus. Absolutely love the Battle at Big Rock short. And we got more product shots of the Allosaurus on the back of the box, and down here are some of the small figures that will be coming out. I do have the Scutosaurus. I'll be reviewing that one very shortly. The baby Triceratops and Triceraptor have already come up for pre-order. I think those are shipping probably in a month or so. So enough about the packaging. Let's crack this gorgeous figure open and take a closer look. And here's the Allosaurus out of the packaging, and this is an absolutely fantastic looking figure. Great articulation, tons of fun to play around with, and it's also nice to have a nice proportionate looking Allosaurus compared to the older Mattel versions of this species. Those rubber insert teeth look absolutely great. That deep blue paint apps for the head and the body contrasting with that light cream, that dark cream color adds a nice contrast to it. And like the side of the box said, this is from Battle at Big Rock, and the Allosaurus also made an appearance in the current season of Chaos Theory. And speaking of Battle at Big Rock, I still consider it the best Jurassic World media, since the Jurassic World era. That is an excellent short. It just, captures everything about the Jurassic franchise with all the horror elements in it. And I really wish the rest of the movies lived up to Battle at Big Rock. And for measurements, this figure is 20 inches long from the tip of the snout to the tip of the tail, or about 50.8 centimeters, and about 7.5 inches tall to the top of the head, or just over 19 centimeters. So the Jurassic World Allosaurus is a little bit bigger than the real life animal, at around just over 31 feet long, or 10.4 meters. So I put this figure nicely in the 120 scale range. Now, taking a look at some of the finer details on this figure, let's start with that gorgeous looking Jurassic World style head sculpt on the Allo. Very nicely done. It has the glass eye. My opinion on the glass eye still remains the same. It looks good in the right light, and if it's not in the right light, it looks completely dead inside, and I just really wish there was a way to perfect that. You do have a little bit of red on the fenestra ahead of the eye, contrasting with that blue. Those rubber insert teeth look absolutely phenomenal. I'm glad that is now the standard going forward in this line. Tongue is painted a deep pink with gum tissue on the roof of the mouth and along the side of the jaw. You have some nice scarring along the left side of the figure's face, like it's Battle of Big Rock live action counterpart. And then going down to the neck, you have all these gnarly spikes and osteoderms going down to the back and tail. Very crocodile-like. The real life Allosaurus did not have that, but it's Jurassic World. They have to make everything look all awesome, bro, and stuff. Going down to the body, of more of that nice dark blue paint contrasting with that dark cream color. And one thing I want to say about the paint on the side of this figure, I guess there is some variant / error circulating around there, where the blue paint does not come down to the shoulder, to mix in with the blue paint on the shoulder, and it looks very off. I think it happened to Andy Dinosaur Reviews twice. He ordered 2 of these figures, and he got both of the same error. So when you get yours in, just check the box. You can clearly see that error through the window on the box. And then going down to the hands, nice proportionate looking hands with the hand claws painted in, a black coloration going down to the legs, nicely painted legs. You have that, that flecking mixed in with the base plastic that is pretty common on almost every mainline Mattel figure. The feet are nice and proportionate looking with black paint on the toe claws. And you also have a nice long proportionate tail, which looks absolutely fantastic on this figure. Moving on to articulation, the mouth is on one of those weird 3-click racket joints that the theropod figures in this line have. You can open the mouth up that wide, and then you have another click right here and another click right here, and the mouth is closed. I wish it was a friction joint so we can open up the mouth in different positions instead of having it locked into these two positions. Really not too thrilled about that. And then we do have articulation at the head. We have this nice, double jointed neck. We get some nice side to side and up and down movement on that ball joint. And then going down to the base of the neck, we get some a little bit upwards, but some really, really nice downward movement on that neck joint. And using all those joints, we get some really nice side to side movement on this Allo. For the forearms, you do have a hinge joint at the shoulder that allows some nice upwards and downward movement. You also get 360 degrees of rotation at that elbow joint. You can go almost completely straight and to just over 90 degrees wrist rotation, and there is a hinge joint on that wrist joint. For the hind legs, you do get some nice backwards and forwards movement, and there is a nice clicky ratchet joint. You can see it clicking as I rotate the leg. That does help greatly with stability, and you also do get a nice hip pivot on that joint to help for more posing options. For the knee can extend that far and it can bend about that far. I wish we got more bend at the knee. I would love to see 90 degrees of bend on these figures. And then for the ankle joint, you get some nice articulation on that joint and also rotation. And the same thing for the feet. There is a hinge joint in the foot. It can extend out about that far and bend in just a couple clicks, really not too much, but you do have a little bit of a rocker joint on that foot. And then going down to the tail, you do have a nice joint at the tail for up and down and side to side movement. And this is all one bendy wire tail, which is awesome. So you can get some really, really nice bend on the tail joint. So yeah, all around this figure is an absolute ton of fun to pose and play around with. Absolutely love the articulation on it. My only complaint is I wish it didn't have that ratcheted clicky jaw articulation. Give me a friction joint any day of the week, please. Moving on with comparisons, here it is with the Hammond collection Owen Grady. Next up, here it is with one of the mainline Mattel Allos. This is the extreme damage one. I think this came out right when Dominion came out. This was a Walmart exclusive. Really love this Allosaurus figure. There's been a lot of Allosaurus figures in the Mattel mainline. There was actually a Battle of Big Rock mainline figure that came out a while ago. That figure was a hunk of junk. I have it somewhere. I tried to look for it. I can't find it. I have no clue where I put it, but it just basically had like two paint apps. I was like yellow and bright blue, and it had a major stand-in issue. The joints were horribly loose on that figure, so I'm really glad we got a nice Hammond collection update to the Battle of Big Rock Allo. And next up is the Beast of the Mesozoic Allosaurus fragilis. Yeah, kind of cool that we got two 1/18 scale articulated Allosaurus figures, within like a month or two apart. So great time to be an Allosaurus fan. We're also getting Allosaurus Jamatsonai in the BOTM Cyberzoic line sometime in March. So yeah, both figures are great. The BOTM one is definitely a more collector-driven figure because it literally costs $100 more than the Hammond collection one. But I actually prefer the look of the BOTM one versus the Jurassic World one. I mean, just look at the size of the hand claws on the BOTM version. Allosaurus was a very formidable predator in the late Jurassic, and I think the BOTM figure purposely captured what an apex predator Allosaurus was. Still love the Hammond collection one, but the articulation is very similar between both figures. The neck articulation is actually a lot better on the BOTM figure because they've been doing some upgrades to their newer figures, and I actually just like the articulation better on this $130 figure versus this $35 figure. Next up, here it is with the mainline battle of Big Rock and the Pseudoceratops. This also came out with the crappy version of Allosaurus about 4 years ago. This is a custom I did to give a much more movie accurate paint scheme. And hopefully down the line, I hope we get a Hammond Collection version of the Pseudo, because I absolutely love the design of this figure. Next up, here it is with one of the many mainline Stegosauruses. You know, we can't do Allo comparisons without Stegosaurus, and hopefully in the near future we get a Hammond Collection Stegosaurus. That is one species I am super looking forward to. Let's do a few Hammond Collection comparisons. Here it is with the awesome Carnotaurus, which still has some of the best proportionate feet I've ever seen in the Hammond Collection, the Pyroraptor and Velociraptor Blue. Next up, here it is with the Hammond Collection Therizinosaurus and amazing Giganotosaurus. I still consider the Giga to be one of the best figures in the entire Hammond Collection. You know, the last, releases in the last, year or two have been absolutely fantastic. The line continually keeps improving and is one of my favorite dinosaur lines out there. It's so good right now. I don't remember the last mainline figure I bought. It's definitely been months since I bought one, and I think I'm just going to stick with Hammond Collection going forward. The mainline stuff really isn't doing it for me anymore. Much more enjoying these fully articulated, collector quality figures from Mattel. And lastly, here it is with the Hammond Collection T-Rex, the first large figure in the Hammond Collection. And this figure is definitely showing its age with those oversized feet and painted in teeth. But there's one thing the Hammond Collection T-Rex did right that did not translate over to newer Hammond Collection figures. Those double jointed knees, absolutely love them. You can get so much articulation on them. Really, really hope to see a return of the double jointed knee. I think it's a big missed opportunity that it wasn't incorporated into the rest of the larger figures. So, final thoughts on the Hammond Collection Allosaurus. This is another awesome figure in the ever-growing Hammond Collection line. I mean, seriously, look at the balance on this figure. Absolutely love the articulation on it. The paint apps look great. They're kind of bare bones, just with blue and a little bit of red, but I think it really, really works for this figure. My only critique is I don't like the ratcheted jaw articulation. I wish it was just a straight up friction joint, so you weren't locked into those two open positions for the mount. But all in all, great looking figure. Absolutely love the Hammond Collection. And like I said at the beginning of the review, the link to order this figure is down below in the description. You can click the sponsor link at the side of the video. So that will do it for the review. Like I said earlier, I got a backlog of reviews I have to work on. The BOTM Allosaurus, Hammond Collection Scutosaurus, and the Holland Good Utah Ceratops. And hopefully I should get those up in the next week or two. So stay tuned for all that. And as always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously and is greatly appreciated. I'll see you guys for the next one.